See any good movies lately? Yeah, no, it's kind of hack to start off that way, but we're going to be talking about some body cam footage that's been released, and then also some selective security cam footage that's been released. Okay, all of this stuff surrounding Paul Pelosi is incredibly weird. Now, I've looked over, like I said, there's going to be three pieces of information we're going to be taking a look at here. We got officer worn body cam, we got a 911 phone call, and then this video right here, it's only 45 seconds. It shows DePape, okay, the assailant in this case, and he very much did commit a hurt, okay, on big old Paul Pelosi. But there's some questions, man, okay? There's definitely some questions, and my first interpretation after listening to everything in full, this was a hostage situation, okay, from a really crazy motherfucker who committed this stuff, okay? Absolutely 100%, that was my reading on it. And then just kind of sussing through the rest of the details, okay, he still definitely did this stuff, and, like, he's going to be going away for a long time. But I got some questions, some severe questions, like how this guy barefootedly was able to get into the backyard of Nancy Pelosi. Okay, Nancy Pelosi's house. Okay, probably at the time, right, end of 2022, two government actions away from the Oval Office, quite possibly the most hated, depending on what poll is out there, okay, the most hated elected official, and you're telling me there were no guards stationed there? And then once we listen through the 911 phone call, it's going to pique your interest again. It's like, okay, why would he make reference to police officers that are constantly there? And then I was also remembering another thing, which is why I'm happy that this information got released. It was 12 o'clock Eastern, so 10 o'clock my time. Going through all this stuff, it's like, okay, Cori Bush, okay, that fat bitch from Missouri? Yeah, from Missouri, okay. She had, what, $150,000 a month taxpayer-funded security bill, but you're telling me there can't be a posted officer at Paul Pelosi's house? Okay, even when Nancy's back in Washington, D.C., I don't know, man. I really don't know. It's like maybe this guy is just a super fucking genius, and planned everything out, but didn't think to confirm the dates that Nancy was going to be at home, but then also found it's almost like he was given access to the guard schedule, but not to Nancy Pelosi's publicly available schedule as to when she'd be back in California or when she'd be at work in Washington. It's like I said, a bunch of this stuff doesn't add up, but at the end of the day, there was an old man who just about had his head completely caved in, and some of the audio and the body cam footage is pretty fucking disgusting, okay, all things considered. But let's get into the three pieces of media, and then we'll come back to this article at some point in time, okay? But yes, like I said, there was an initial video release, okay, that just showed David DePape in the backyard of the Pelosi's. I don't know, okay, and something else that came to mind. You remember that Brian Kohberger, the Idaho University, all of those beautiful kids that ended up getting, their throats slit by that fucking weirdo? Some rustling, an alleged thud in one of the rooms of somebody falling over, that's what's thought, okay, was caught on security cam footage from the neighbor's house. And you're telling me in bumfuck Idaho they have better security cam footage available there than they do in fucking San Francisco? None of the other neighbors were alerted to a suspicious actor in the backyard at 5:10 in the fucking morning. Like, I understand, man. Like, there's some shit that goes on, but this is a gated fucking community, and who enters through the back door? Well, maybe some of Paul's other friends, but we have more to speculate on that. So yeah, he obviously broke into the house. Still don't know how all the glass got on the outside, but maybe they are they bulletproof glass or whatever, and then he just stuck the hammer in and then pulled everything out. Don't know, but that's ultimately what happened there from that piece of media. If you can find the video and you want to watch, just a couple of seconds of it, be my fucking guest. But we have Paul Pelosi's 911 call, and this is where questions start to be raised, okay? And it's only, 2 minutes, 53 seconds long. There's a stupid time code over top of this, just reminding us that this is October 28th, Friday 2022, every couple of seconds. So just mind that, okay? But it's important because there's a bunch of things to really pick up on. And this is where I'm initially thinking, it's like, okay, Paul definitely knows this is a bad situation and he's trying to talk himself out of that. But that's my reading on it. Your mileage may vary.
Please, 74.
2022. Oh, I guess I called by mistake. What is it?
This is San Francisco Police. Do you need help?
Okay, so first speculation that's on there, okay, he asked for clarification as to who this is. Theoretically, he's calling 911. Wouldn't you think that he would know that? But also, think about it, okay, because he's also making reference to David DePape, who's in the room with him. I don't know why he's allowed to make a phone call, especially, it's going to be clarified here in a second, okay? But why would he be theoretically having to clarify who he's talking to on the phone? And then that doesn't raise suspicions, so you're trying to keep your communications covert, but then at the same time you're being overt with your explanation. It's very interesting, like I said.
Oh, well, there's a gentleman here just waiting for my wife to come back. Nancy Pelosi.
2:23
He's just waiting for her to come back, because she's not going to be here for a day, so I guess we'll have to wait.
Okay.
Okay, do you need police, fire, or medical for anything? 8 seconds.
I don't think so.
Okay. You can catch a couple of things at the beginning there, okay? He's saying that, yeah, okay, hi, I have somebody's here, and he's asking to speak with my wife at 5 o'clock in the morning, Nancy Pelosi. Okay, do you need any help with anything? No, just get here. It's like, okay, there's a bunch of things that can be read into that, and I don't know, man, we'll just continue.
2:23
See that time code for
8 seconds.
There's is the Capitol Police around?
2:20.
No, this
They
is San
usually
Francisco.
protect my wife. They're usually here at the house protecting my wife.
No, this is San Francisco Police.
Okay, and I also know that there is specific, security patrols for elected officials. I think that falls under the purview of the Capitol Police, but I think the Secret Service is exclusively for, the president and the vice president. So yeah, there would be detail that's there. But then also, like, all the hubbub, even though as contested as that is, it's like, okay, this guy, was, David DePape was seeking retribution for January 6th and all the heinous crimes that Nancy Pelosi did. So maybe he picked up, because this guy's clearly fucked in the head, as we're going to see in the body cam footage, okay? Like, I'm not running cover for this motherfucker, not in the least, okay? You decided to hop a fence and then just, bludgeon an 82-year-old or 81-year-old man, you're a little fucked in the head, okay? Okay, so I think he probably had, Capitol Hill police in the head, and he's like, oh, you need to call 911, make sure that there's no cops in the area, okay? Or maybe they're escorting your wife back from the airport. It's like, I don't know, man. I definitely don't know for sure as to why he would ask for clarifications for that. Because obviously this is just a 911 call and there's no security cams inside their residence or anything that could see. Again, I don't know, man. All of this is very, very odd.
Friday,
I understand.
8, 2022.
Okay, well,
0:24
I don't know, what do you think?
18 seconds.
I don't know what you think.
He thinks everything's good. I've got a problem, but he thinks everything's good.
Okay. Call us back if you change your mind.
No. This gentleman just came into the house, and he wants to wait here for my wife to come home. And so, anyway, he's telling me to put his phone down.
Do you know who the person is?
No, I don't know who he is. He has this. He's telling me not to do anything.
What?
Okay, that's when he gets to be about the most lucid. And, like, I've also heard speculation that, oh my god, Paul Pelosi's drunk or something like that, because that's his fucking persona. He sounds about as lucid as you can get, being an elderly gentleman being woken up in the middle of the night, okay, only to find somebody breaking into your back window wanting to talk to your wife because she's a part of the deep conspiracy. Apparently, like, we don't know all this stuff. That's just speculation. But then you listen to his baby mama at the same time, and it's like, no, we're just, hippie lefties, and I don't know where he's getting these ideas, and that doesn't sound like him at all. See, there's more speculation than there is actually hard evidence, but what I'm hearing from this 911 call is that Paul has no fucking idea what the hell is actually going on here. It's like, yep, no, there's somebody here. The Capitol Police aren't around, right? Who am I talking to? Yeah, no, we're here. I don't know him. Yeah, no, I definitely don't need any assistance right now, especially not from the police. Hell no.
What is your address, sir?
26.
2:25 and 0.
What is your name?
Seconds.
My name is Paul Pelosi.
Yeah. No, my wife.
Friday.
Anyway, this gentleman says that he thinks everything ought to, you know, he told me to put the phone down and just do what he said.
18 seconds.
Okay?
Hostage situation.
Okay, what's the gentleman's name?
I don't know. What's that?
My name's David.
The name is David.
Why would he?
Okay, and who is David?
I don't know. What's that?
I'm a friend of theirs.
Yeah, he said.
Okay, we've heard that line before. It's like, oh yeah, he said that. Oh, Paul Pelosi said that he was a friend. Actually, that's David who said that on the phone. Okay, so it was overheard that way. That's why keeping all of this information hidden. It's like, what did that serve anybody? Okay, that's where all of this stuff gets incredibly fucking sus. Okay, and that's when you get the wild conspiracy theories. Okay, and the ones that may or may not have motivated this cat. But Paul's clearly trying to get across to the 911 operator who's, you know what, probably just adhering to her training on this and just keeping a level head in this situation, knowing exactly what the fuck is going on here, because Paul's laying it on pretty thick, mostly because he's probably fearing for his life, because this guy's armed with a claw hammer, okay, which, holy man, like, he's not a tiny dude either, so that could definitely kill him. Okay, and some of the noises that we'll hear in the body cam, it's like, ooh, that's pretty disgusting too. I don't know if we'll play that much, mostly because it kind of makes my stomach a little bit uneasy, but for the sake of completeness, of course. So yeah, no, Paul was definitely trying to get a message out there. This wasn't one of those, you know, pre-approved romances gone wrong, okay, which, hey man, I might have got swept up in, you know, just putting out there, but just put the facts out there, and then we'd just be able to decipher them from here. But just a little bit more on this. What does it say? About 30 seconds, give or take?
Says he's a friend, but as I said, I've never.
But you don't know who he is?
No, ma'am.
He said you're friends. You're not friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's telling me I'm being very leading, so I got to stop talking to you, okay?
25 and
Okay. You sure I can stay on the phone with you just to make sure everything's okay?
No, he wants me to get that off the phone.
Oh, yeah.
0 2
Very
Okay.
straightforward.
Okay.
and 0 8
Thank you.
seconds.
Okay, bye.
Please send help. Yeah, no, that's basically what that ended up being. So that's a little bit creepy, don't you think? Like, I don't know how else to put that across, okay, other than my interpretation of that is clearly Paul was fearing for his life in some form or fashion. Just, I don't know how he was allowed to get a 911 call off, okay? I don't get that, unless because now we're just trying to opine on the mental state of a clearly unstable individual by thinking that, yeah, you just call the police and then we'll get the police here and then the white hats will fight the black hats and all that fucking nonsense, okay? So that's what we have there, okay? So we're going in sequential order here. So DePape breaks in. Paul Pelosi places a 911 call. There's some other questions here that are rising from the body cam footage. It's only 1:39, okay, so I won't be keeping everybody here all day, okay, and as a lot of people are saying, okay, the Paul Pelosi body cam and 911 call raise more questions than answers. I think the 911 call, if that was taken, if that was everything in totality, I would be like, yeah, no, somebody broke in, okay, he was holding them hostage for whatever reason, and he managed to get a 911 phone call off, okay. Other than that question aside, how he was able to do that, really not much to see here, to be completely honest, so we might as well just full screen this motherfucker right here, okay. Once it, you know, loads, and then I can go video play, is that what I want to do? That's what I want to do, okay, and I need to go ahead and put, oh, no, we do have volume right here, okay, so we're doing it live, fuck it, I don't know how much sound we have on this, but hey man, we'll fucking figure it out as we go. So this is from the responding officers. I don't have timelines on this, but this is apparently 9:30 in the morning, so it's been a hot second, because the timestamp from DePape breaking in was 5. Oh, let's just go back to that for a second, okay, because I want clarification on that as well. All right, what do we got right here? Yeah, so that says 10 after 5 in the morning, and then the body cam footage says 9:31, so just about 4 hours afterwards. I don't know, unless somebody's time codes were off. I don't know, man. It's a little bit sus here at this point. But, like I said, responding officers here, they are walking up to the Pelosi Palace, and we'll figure it out from there. Okay, so, I don't know. Is there audio? No. Okay, now there's audio. Okay, I had to turn it on,
Definitely
I guess,
don't want all of here.
You know.
I definitely don't want all of here.
Walking up. Can't hear anything inside? Okay. At least the lights are on. That's nice. Yep. FBI, open up. Somebody on their phone in the back? Okay.
Yeah. Fucking said. 26.
But before we go any further, I just want to play, you know, spot the discrepancy. Because when I first watched this to begin with, obviously there's a lot going on. And then watching it back one more time, because, you know, it's only a minute-long video. Who opens the door in the situation? Because, yeah, you can see the officer, okay, chest to the road, you know, checking out the place. Other officer on her fucking phone because, of course, there ends up being 4 officers in this situation. We don't see anybody at the door right now, nor do we, because this dude is the first one in there. So who opens the door? Because that was another redacted story from NBC, I think. I think it was NBC at the time who reported that there was a police report where a third party opened up the door. Where are they in any of this video? And who opened the door? Who opened the door, Joe?
620, right? No, 2640. Oh. Yeah, it literally said that.
Oh, okay. Maybe it was just Paul. Let's see if we can run that back real quick. Okay, he kind of looks like that. Yeah, no, I would say. But, okay, if you're trying to hold... Unless this guy thought that he was working with the police, because that's obviously, I would say, probably with the free hand. The only free hand available is David DePape's other one. But that doesn't make sense, like, biologically, because they're both... Oh, you're going to see here in a second. Okay, maybe I'll get the freeze frame. Yeah, okay, as you can see... Yeah, who opened the door? Okay, because DePape's, what would that be? His left hand is behind Paul. Okay, he's standing furthest away from the door. Paul, as you can see, has his right hand on the hammer. They've got both hands on the hammer right there. Okay, they're just wrestling over that. And as you're going to see, Paul's in his underwear, which was also a part of the initial reporting that ended up later being redacted. So that was true. He also has a dress shirt on. I don't necessarily have anything wrong with his current state, and I don't think you really need to read into any more of that because it's early in the morning. Somebody was breaking into his house. I don't know what state of dress that he sleeps in, nor do I really care to know the sleeping habits of an 81-year-old. 81 or 82-year-old. He's an old fucking dude, okay? So he's just wearing his fucking boxers. He just throws on a dress shirt. Okay, if anybody was breaking into my place, they would just see, you know, a 6.5-foot guy just marching down the stairs in order to figure out what the fuck is going on, and I'll be armed with a hammer, but it ain't got a claw on the end of it, and that's going to be about the end of that. Given the fact, looking at the time frame, okay, I might be completely off on all this stuff, okay, but we don't have any concrete timestamps or anything like that, and you know, so there's about 4 unaccounted hours here, okay, that maybe, I don't know, Paul, master negotiator, right? He's in the business world. He's like, okay, maybe after beating this guy in the head for an hour, finally had the opportunity to make a phone call. Okay, he's like, okay, maybe I can make a phone call, see where my wife's at, see if I can get her down here. Okay, place that phone call. Okay, and then you're gonna see here in a second as well. Okay, yeah, just hurry up.
What's going on, man? Because,
yeah, what's going on? Okay, god damn it, I thought I had it there for a second. Okay, as you can see, Paul's got a glass in his hand. Okay, and then a lot of people are saying it's like, okay, how can you wake up in the middle of the night and then you have a glass in your hand? What is that alarm? That it looks like the clocks are about right. I think the hour might be wrong because the minutes look exactly. That says, does that say 2:30? Because it could say 9:30. Okay, I don't know for sure. Okay, regardless, there's been an amount of time. This guy wants to talk to Nancy. They have a drink. He puts on a shirt, tries to negotiate his life or for him to fuck off. Okay, that's again my interpretation, but who opened the door? None of that's entirely clear so far, but we'll continue, I guess.
Everything's good.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah. Hi, pal. He's probably just incredibly fucking happy to see the police. I'm thinking that all of this shit is going to be over. I just don't know. I don't know what to glean from that because a lot of people are reading into a bunch of this, but all I'm thinking is that Paul's just incredibly happy somebody's there to, you know, help him out and to get this, you know, stinky fuck off of his house, off of his property.
Drop the hammer.
Nope.
Hey.
Yeah. Or maybe, yeah, okay. Then he looked a little bit in disgust, or discomfort there for a second. Okay. Like, you take a look, it's like, obviously there's signs of pain right there, so they're trying to wrestle that away. Or, I don't know, they're having a laugh. I don't really think so, but it's about to get violent here. And yeah, fucking Christ, bro. Holy, I didn't really... Did we see somebody in the background there for a second? Because, yeah, I don't really need to see your, you know, fucking ass crack there. No? Okay, because I've seen some... No, that maybe looks like the bottom of the stairs. I could be, like I said, this is going to become the News of Bruder film until there's more evidence out there, but yeah, I don't want to hear that, you know, cackle, and I don't want to see some fat guy's ass there for a second, but obviously, if we can glean anything that's on the ground, okay, so there's obviously some debris right there. Don't quite know if there's anything in particular on that. Maybe that's DePape's jacket. That would make sense, but I think we see some sort of liquid on the ground. I don't know. He did get caved in the head, and hopefully it's not what you think there. But again, yeah, start to hear some very unsettling noise.
Give me your fucking hand!
Kind of gross.
Give me your fucking hand!
You can't get more bees with honey than you do with vinegar. Come on now. Maybe that's about the... Oh, that's ice on the ground. Definitely ice from his drink. Okay.
Edward 14, Edward 10, medics go 3 as well.
Yeah.
You got it?
Sorry, 14 over 2, medic code 3.
Affirmative.
Yo, you could kind of hear some labored breathing in the background, and yeah, it's coming from Paul, apparently. That's kind of fucking gross, okay? And it's like, no, I have some contempt for some, you know, elected officials that are out there, but legitimately, violence... I know I'm going to sound like such a fucking lib in this, but, you know, violence isn't the answer, kids. Well, let's see, just for completion's sake, shall we? Police body camera footage released Friday reveals the moment Paul Pelosi was viciously pummeled with a hammer. At least once, I think, okay? And thanks for old lady ass over there in the corner. At least that brightens up the situation. It's definitely a better ass than we just seen. Can confirm. The video shows a pained look on Pelosi's face as he holds onto one side of the hammer, while the suspect, David DePape, rips his fingers away. Seconds after that, opened the door to the cops. You guys are really messing some shit up. Glad we watched the video, okay? DePape then wrestles the hammer freely and quickly swings it with full force as the cops charged at him during the bizarre incident in San Francisco about on October 28th. Like, yeah, where's the security? Why isn't there better footage? Why don't we have a timeline on any of this stuff? The only clarification we really got was the 911 call. I'm actually kind of... My concerns about that are they've definitely been assuaged, okay? But the footage itself is very odd, very odd. San Francisco police officer Kyle Cagney and his partner arrived at the Pelosi residence for a wellness check at around 2:20 a.m. So, yo, all of these fucking videos, time frame-wise, they're all off, so... We don't really have anything to go off of. Okay, so it was around 2:20. Okay. This guy runs his camera, what, 7 hours ahead? Fucking weird, I guess. Crucial seconds after the door is opened. How does the door open? Is there just like a foot trap or something like that? Don't know. Cagney's partner can be heard ordering the men to drop the hammer, to which Pape responds, nope. Whoa, shit. Yeah, we heard all of this stuff. We watched it. We don't need to have the fucking, you know, closed caption run back. That black blob wasn't anywhere that was on there. Okay, so that's very interesting. But yeah, Friday, October 28th, so the date's correct. 5:09, so what can be learned from that, okay? Like, let's just say if they're on the same timing schedule, not to say that that would be the case, okay? They're just running 3 hours different, okay? Paul is 2 o'clock in the morning, an 81-year-old guy, okay? He's woken up in the dead of the night, puts on a shirt, okay, has his fucking trousers on, and away he goes downstairs. And then he ends up having to negotiate with a guy who's like, I need to see Nancy Pelosi right now. What a filthy backyard, you know, you guys need to clean that up. That's just terrible. Anyways, the officers have been called to the residence when Pelosi had been able to subtly call the police to a 911 during the home invasion. Yeah, that's the only thing about the 911 call that's a little bit odd. I can understand, you know, the fact that it wasn't hysterical or anything like that. It's obviously needing to be a calm situation. You don't want to spook the guy that's over there, but you also want to convey a certain message that, hi, I'm Nancy Pelosi's husband. Oh, I don't know the guy that's here. He says that we're friends. I don't know him. No, I don't need any help. So yeah, there's Nothing terribly suspicious about the 911 call, other than the origins behind it. Okay, during the attack, DePape allegedly demanded to know where is Nancy upon learning she was away on business, decided to take out his frustrations on her husband instead. Well, he also said in the 911 recording that we listened to that he was going to stick around until Nancy showed back up. So maybe that's why he got the opportunity to place a 911 call. Obviously, don't know any of this stuff right now. According to the police narrative, DePape had broken into the home in the dead of night and surprised Pelosi as he was sleeping and ordered him out of bed. Makes sense. The body camera footage dispels conspiracy theories, which had claimed the pair were both naked at the time of the incident. I don't know if anything was naked. I think that that's just fake news right there. It was just it was initially reported that Paul was in his underwear, which he was in his underwear. He just had a shirt over top of it as well, at least for decency's sake. And, you know, thank God the old man is actually, you know, recovering, okay? Because other than tossing a few back and going for a drive and being married to Nancy, he hasn't done anything inherently wrong, okay? Nobody deserves to get hit in the head with a hammer, okay? Why does he look like Jesus in that sketch? Actually, it looks more like Nancy than Nancy does. Pelosi was rushed to a nearby hospital. DePape pleaded not guilty. Body camera footage was first played during DePape's preliminary court hearing on December 14th, but prosecutors refused to release the evidence to the public at that time. Fucking why? Like, we could be here for the rest of the evening, you know, just floating around conspiracy theories when it comes to why they were holding on to this. But the only thing that I can reasonably come to is that this involves high-profile individuals. That type of shit is normally kept incredibly close to the chest until a point in time where trial is scheduled. All the evidence is collected. Anything won't be compromised during the investigation, and then they leak, and then they release, because nobody leaked this. Okay, this was just released by San Francisco police. I'm thinking that's what happened. If you wanted to read into it more, be my fucking guest. But that's my take on this type of stuff. If we get any more information outside of this, maybe this motherfucker had a manifesto down there and he's like, I just really hate lefties and I'm just here, you know, one skull is good enough. It doesn't matter. Pelosi blood will spill tonight. Whatever the fuck this absolute head case was on about. If we see any of that stuff, I'll continue on with it. Otherwise, waiting for the trial, or for anybody to just try to spin this because nothing was really, you know, just taking a look at the body cam footage. Okay, you know, this guy wasn't wearing no red hat. He didn't have a Trump 2024 stick or anything like that. So any other conspiracy theories on the other side, this guy was a mega radicalist, because that, I actually remember that initial narrative until, oh yeah, he was also living in a hippie commune and was also homeless at the time. It's like, yeah, that really doesn't hold water. So I think all of the conspiracies outside of this guy was a fucking nut bar have been pretty much dispelled. That and San Francisco is a fucking shit city. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.